supporter of women in business, Kathleen Chew is also the heart and the soul of the YTL Foundation, the philanthropic arm of infrastructure conglomerate YTL Corporation. The foundation was set up to provide equitable access to quality education and helps to develop value-driven leaders across sectors. Kathleen is a keynote speaker at the Asian Venture Philanthropy Network Conference in June. Kathleen Chew joins us now, Group Legal Advisor for the YTL Corporation, Program Director of the YTL Foundation and founder of Mangosteen. Kathleen, it's wonderful to have you with us today. Tell us a little bit about your passion, essentially supporting women and children in Southeast Asia, and what's driving you to support change in the region.
I grew up, going to a convent school where it was very much about charity, very much about giving back, and I had wonderful leaders there who were women. And I think as I grew up, I just saw the potential in women leadership as well as empowering women. Education is just so fundamental, I think, to the growth and development of society and the well-being of humankind. And I just saw that investing in women who were bringing up these children, could make a big impact. And it's not just in Malaysia that this happens. We see the need in Southeast Asia and so many countries. And these countries have amazing, strong leaders that are coming up who are women. And so what can we do to support them and to continue to nurture these leaders and to just provide them the resources so that they can make a difference, not just to themselves, but to their children and the next generation.
The YTL Foundation itself was set up to focus on education and leadership. What drives success at the foundation in your view?
I think that's two things. One, we tell ourselves every day that if we make a difference to one person, to one child, that is success, and we celebrate that, because sometimes working in this field is really hard. And there's so many disappointments. And yet every time we see one child, becoming successful, one child achieving his or her dreams, that really drives us on. So on the one hand, we're looking at a very micro kind of grassroots level where we say, just that one child is what matters to us. And then on the other hand, it's ecosystem development. Investing in people like Teach for Malaysia, it's made a huge difference in the landscape in Malaysia, bringing up, again, new leaders who are hugely invested in education. Or, we support another program, which is the Acumen Fellowship, again, building leaders of character. So I think that's where, we define success at both ends of the spectrum, both at the individual as well as the ecosystem level.
I love that concept of value-driven leadership. It's a wonderful concept. Now, Kathleen, you also founded Mangosteen, which is a social enterprise supporting women and children in Southeast Asia. Tell us more about the business, how it works, and why you founded it.
I think for many years, I was a fundraiser, right? I had to keep organizing dinners and, could take the begging bowl and ask everybody to contribute. And I was just thinking to myself, how can I make it more sustainable? That I don't have to keep doing this, that I have some business that could generate profits. And so one of my passions was personal care. I love scents and perfumes. And I thought what was missing in the market was something Southeast Asian. You get a lot of maybe French perfumes or even kind of more spicy stuff. But what is uniquely Southeast Asian, like mangosteen or, lime or kaffir lime, wonderful scents like this that you don't really get. So I put this together and I said, okay, what if I start an enterprise that I could make a unique product, promote my country and my region, and then dedicate all of the proceeds to helping women and children.
Kathleen, is the gender balance improving when it comes to supporting women in philanthropy?
I think it was doing quite well, but I personally feel that, of course, the climate agenda, which is a huge topic of its own and something that we all have to contribute to, has slightly taken over. But I think we can still do it together because as we're trying to have different programs that have a climate lens. So whatever we do, we think about, it's like our scholarship program that we run at YTL Foundation. We're now kind of saying, okay, can we fund scholarships, for people working on climate? I think we can actually have more programs that also kind of look at things with a gender lens. So instead of trying to say, okay, let's change everything, let's just be specific on women, which I think is a harder sell, we just can, just try to influence people to say, whatever you're doing, whatever your program you're running, just look at it from the point of view of women or children, and let's see how we can do things better together.
Now, you sit on various boards at the moment, right across the world. What's the best piece of advice you can give to women who want to do similar things to what you are doing, who actually want to make an impact?
I think, first of all, I would start it, from the heart. Follow your heart, because if you follow your heart and that's your passion, you can go far. And, just be encouraged by the women leaders that we have to inspire us. I mean, in the world of philanthropy, I see so many women. I mean, one of my friends, and a huge admirer of hers is Jacqueline Novogratz, right? I mean, she's made such huge impact with acumen. And I can, even AVPN CEO Nina, what an amazing, wonderful woman, and the impact she's making by pulling this network together. So we have these role models all across the world. It doesn't matter whether you're in Asia, America, Europe. And so follow your heart, know that you can make a difference, and just go for it.
Now, Kathleen, you're speaking at the AVPN conference on the transformative power of investing in marginalised communities. Give us a little taste of what you're going to be discussing.
I think it started with, we work with many refugee schools in YTL Foundation. And we try to support these schools as much as we can, but we know there's this issue of building teacher capacity. A lot of the teachers are volunteers. They have no teacher training. They don't have any pedagogical background. They're just doing it because they feel this need for these children. Because in Malaysia, refugee children are not given access to public education. And so the communities come together, they form these schools, NGOs form schools. But the big issue here is like 74% of the teachers in these schools have no formal training. And we've seen how a teacher that, is in a class, her relationship with that child can make such a huge transformative difference to that child. And so this was the problem. This was our problem statement. How do we improve the capacity of these teachers? And fortunately, we came across Birmingham University, and their professors there, wanted to look for something that they could do to support the same communities, these marginalized communities. And we came up with a program that was tailored to this particular community. We understand that their language skills in English may not be perfect, but their experience is valuable. The fact that they know how to deal with crises that are specific to these children. So we put together a program that says, we don't really need to examine them on, how great their grammar is, but we just need to know that they understand how to teach, the relationship they have to build with the child, how they have to adapt their teaching methods to these children. And so this is the program that we've just launched, and we're just so excited about it because we've got some incredible people that have signed up for it.
A wonderful effort and energy on your part, Kathleen. Thank you so much for joining us and sharing your insights.
Thank you.
Kathleen Chew with us right here on the APAC Network.